Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Ruth Kosa, and I'm here to share what I learned in my story of the Reconstruction Act of 1867, um, which had to do with putting America back together after it tore itself apart. But the story really starts in Portugal in 1455, when the Roman Catholic Church gave Portugal the country the right to plunder and reduce black people of Africa into slavery, as they decided they had no soul. And this is the beginning of slavery, like a long time ago, way before we even think of it as it arrived in America. So in 1619, some of the 20 and odd Negroes showed up in America. And these people began the process of building our country. This sum of 20 and odd Negroes, that's the way it's written in the journals back in Jamestown. That's authentic. And see, because back then Negroes had no names, they had no mark, no signature. So they guess they really didn't even count in many ways. And that's where that comes from. But moving on, this picture here, if you can see it here, it's kind of a neat picture. It hangs in the in our U.S. Capitol Rotunda. It's an amazing picture in how it is to put where we're bringing culturally different people together in the ceremony of a marriage in an American style church, and showing how civilized the Indians are, even though they're not wearing the clothes like the white people are. But I think this picture just shows. I thought Pocahontas was a traitor to her group of people and what she did at that particular time. But she did make the transition for the English a whole lot easier, made the Indians vulnerable, and they were easier to overcome. But now getting back to the slavery issue, which that's what I'm here about. This lady Mary Elliott wrote this article in Sunday New York Times Magazine, and it's an amazing story, and it gives you all the details of slavery and how it came to place and all that sort of thing. And it's definitely worth reading, and that's why I'm sharing it. So now we move to 1831, and now we're 35 years shy of the Civil War. But this guy, Nat Turner, he decided that it was time, that he thought he had this. Actually, 1931 was a wild year. They had a solar eclipse, and they say the sun was green in the sky. So this guy, Nat Turner, who was somewhat of a little learned uh, preacher type, decided that it was time to overtake the white people. And he did. He got a bunch of his friends together, and they ended up killing 55 plantation owners in, I believe it's like 12 different plantations before they were all killed, except for him. He was a smart guy. He was able to outrun them for a period of time, and for a whole month. Then they caught him, and then of course he was hung. And well, he was tried in a white court, and then found guilty. So then we jump to that next 36 years to this reconstruction of the Civil War, and it was a serious business because the states all had changed all of their constitutions. They changed all their operations, their money, and so now they had to shift back to the American concept of the Constitution and everybody being free, and they did it. By 1877, everybody had accomplished everything that was to be done, and it was all in good shape. The dilemma is, though, in summary, we're all still here. I mean, this country has done amazing things to stay together and fix things, and but this war ended one of the harshest treatments of a segregated group of people that we're aware of. Certainly, yes, and over the length of time, all that. And we gave them citizenship to a country they did not even choose to be in. But we're moving. Humankind moves slowly, and certainly this whole thing. Um, Slowly, this country has been moving, and yet, in comparison to this time in America, when of slavery, we have come a long, long way.